Hey everyone, Lisa Callaghy here to share a video with you on the race group session in Study Island. So, in this video, we're going to look at how, from the teacher and student perspective, a race group session is run. So, I'm going to pop between both accounts so you can see what both sides see, and you'll have a better idea of how to run a race group session in your class. If you want to learn how to set up a race group session, there is another video on how to do that in the playlist Study Island in the UC EdTech YouTube channel. All right, so let's get started. Right now, we're looking at a teacher's page. She has already started the group session, meaning she went into her class manager and clicked on that green dot to start the group session. So once she's here, let me just bring you through different parts of the page. You'll see at the top left-hand side is the title of the actual group session. So it looks like she's doing a district assessment space race. So she's probably trying to review. Uh, Coming over to the right of the title, you'll see a status button green. It's green right now, meaning that it's showing you the entire list of your students in this class. If I click on that status button again, it removes that. And you're going to want to do that because when you are projecting this page for your students, you're not going to want to have the students' information here showing on your projection screen. So within this little window, you see the list of your students. There's also a gray dot to the left of their name. Gray means that they have not logged in yet. Once it turns to a green dot, that means they have successfully logged in. So you're going to kind of monitor your students' logins right here in your teacher page. And then if you have chosen for your students to select a nickname, um, once they do that and they're logged in successfully, hovering your mouse over their name will show you their nickname. And you'll see why knowing their nickname is important. And then finally, top right is the button to end the session. All right, so now let's pop over to a student's account and let's join the session. All right, so I am now in a student's account. I'm going to come down to the group session and click on the start button here on the right hand side. All right, I'm going to try to rejoin this, see if that works. Let's exit this and try again. I guess it just took a little while before student. Nope. Let's refresh this page. I guess it's good to see things like this so that when you're faced with these types of situations, it's not like panic mode. I just refreshed some pages there and now it worked. So now the student is asked to choose a random nickname. So they have the choices of these three topics. So clicking on any one of these will change the nickname. And once they've decided which nickname they would like, they click on save. Okay. So this student's nickname is Iron Cheeseburger. And now they get a little message saying that the quiz will start soon. Are you ready? So back on the teacher side, you'll notice that the student, Alex, has joined, has a green dot to the left of their name, and hovering over their name gives you their nickname. And then a window pops up in the middle of your screen, and it will list all of your students as they join. Once all of your students have joined, I'm going to close this status bar right now. You're going to click on start. So the way that it works is your students are going to be answering questions continuously. And you will see as time goes on who is in first, second, third place, depending on how many questions they answer correctly and how quickly they answer those questions correctly. So now I'm going to click on the start button as from the teacher's perspective so the students can start taking the assessment. So clicking on start, popping over to the students page, this is what they see. Now they have to answer the questions. In the bottom right hand side of the page is the timer. You, as the teacher, when you're setting up this group session, you get to choose the amount of time the students have for each question. So that's important when you are creating this group session, because you need to know how long it should take students to answer the questions. And if it's a race, you're looking to see how quickly kids can answer the question, you want to lower that timer. If not, you can choose the most time, or you can choose not to have the timer on at all. Students also have tools up here that they're able to reveal by clicking on the tools button on the right hand side of the page. They can increase or decrease the font size. They're able to use a scratch pad. They can remove all highlights, and then they can highlight some text here. So if it helps them to highlight some things, they just select the text and then come on and click the highlighter. And of course, what's most important is answering the question. So clicking on just guessing here so that I clicking on an answer choice and then clicking on submit. Okay, you'll see if the student got it correct or not. Now this is each student's view. Every student will see their own results in this way, and then they keep going on. So if another student is still on question 1, that's fine. It doesn't impede another student from going on to question 2. But what you see from the teacher's perspective now, and this could be something that you project, you're able to show a current leaderboard. So it'll show who's in the lead and their score. And then once it's ended, you'll see another leaderboard. So this is what's shown. If you want to see the status of your students, which I don't know if that would really matter, it's really just about their nickname. If you need to know that right away, I suggest that you would you would remove your computer from the projector so you're not projecting this information. All right, so going back over to the student. So going through, I'm just going to quickly answer these questions. It automatically gives the student the next question. It's not like they have to click on next or any arrows. Okay. So you'll see if other students kind of answer more questions correctly, that the number 1 position would be changed with the new student. Submit. I just want to get through questions so that you could see what it looks like from the teacher's perspective once. So as the students have more time, remember it's going to give you the amount of time for each question that you selected when you set up. So if I chose 5 minutes for each question and there's 6 questions, it's going to give you 30 minutes to answer. So you have to take that into consideration, or popping back over to the teacher. If you want to see, it shows you who's finished racing here, right? And if you want to see that status, again, you'll be able to see the students. It's not going to tell you who's completed, but you'll be able to see how many students, again, need to finish. So 1 out of 1. So I have 1 student that's on the race and he's finished. So obviously, if you have 10, you would want 10 out of 10, but you won't know who's still not completed unless you look at the leaderboard. And that's only going to give you a certain amount of students anyway, what you choose when you set up your group session. So once it's finished, you can click on Podium, and now it's going to show you the results of your students, however many you choose, whether you choose it to go up to 5th place, 10th place, it will display these results for you here. You can see your full results by clicking on the full results button at the bottom left-hand side of the page, and it'll give you everybody's results here. You can print some trophies. So whoever comes in certain places, you can print trophies for those students if you'd like. And then once you're finished, you could end that session. Okay. And now it's going to bring you back to your class manager where you're able to still look at results by clicking on the graph, the bar graph to the right of your assignment. So clicking on that will still give you information about how your students did in this particular session, group session. And you can do an item analysis again for this, just looking to see which question gave your students the most difficulty, which question was the easiest for them. So the one they got correct the most, the one they got incorrect the most, you'll be able to tell that by clicking on the item analysis button here, and it will show you which question got which answer correctly. So it looks like right now the easiest questions were 1 and 5. I was lucky there and unlucky with the rest of the questions. But that's how you can check that out from this perspective as well. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and check out our other videos in our EdTech YouTube channel. And I hope this helps you guys. Have a great day.